set. Sprinting from the 1,000 meter marker. Kingdundee was slow away. Along the inside, Cliff Top began well, then the Winter Lake is back in second spot. Liddell's Echoes two off the right-hand side, the white headgear. On the outside of these runners is Water Winner, then Where's the Parties on the far side. Kingdundee is further back in the field, and then Flower Bomb. Coming to pass the 600 meter mark, and Clifftop is going very quick out in front, is clear by about 6 lengths from Kingdundee in second, then Liddell's Echo further back, then the Winter Lake behind those. Coming to the 300 meter mark, it's Clifftop in front, Kingdundee is on the chase from the back, then came the Winter Lake, further back is Liddell's Echo, but it's Clifftop. Kingdundee is closing down hard on the outside. Clifftop is just in front, but here's Kingdundee up the center of the track with a big run, and Kingdundee has won it. Kingdundee goes past the Clifftop, and then the Winter Lake further back, and Flower Bomb was in behind those. They crossed the line, so here's the head-on replay. So Kingdundee was slow away at the start. Clifftop going very quick out in front is on the left-hand side of the picture here, the yellow colours, with Kingdundee up the center of the track, running a big race and goes right past it in the closing stages, and will go on and win a very nice race. 1, 2, 3, 7, the provisional result.
Welcome back, and wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say. Kingdundee in the colours of Clive Murphy, trained by the Smith Racing Team, comes out today and shows us something you don't see too often over 1,000 metres, that I can assure you. He is the son of the United States, and what we saw now was unbelievable. The groom that looks after him, and he's going to be smiling to the bank as well, and that is Tabiso. He gets 1,500 Rand courtesy of World Sports Betting. Much appreciated as per usual. The guys love the extra money, and he's got himself a proper horse. It won't be the last 1,500 Rand, touch wood, that he will be collecting, I'm sure. Sadik, tell him well done.
Thank you.
All right, let's get the man in the Murphy colours in the winner's box here this afternoon. And I'll tell you what, they talk about Murphy's luck at the end of the day. But there, Clive, I'm sure you're watching. This, Nadine and I were watching this, and he can never get there. I mean, hello, he's taken on Clifftop. He's given him 15 lengths at one stage. I'm sure we'll touch on that. And he just mowed them down. A horse that's been off the track for 6 months. And before I even get to you, Craig, young Dean Smith and his team have been phenomenal. The feedback, they've been positive and confident. The stable's firing Dean Mistake a bow as well, because he's really got the team working well. Tell us about, I'm talking to you, and I'm getting the goosebumps here. I know this is one of your favorites here, but how impressive was that? Talk to us from the gates when they opened. I mean, it was a half a stumble, what happened there?
Yeah, so much going through my mind, Neil. I think I've saluted 5 times in my whole career. Give me a Prince 2 weeks ago, and this was today. Not really will you see a 5 furlong with a strong tailwind, a horse miss a break like that. Well, falls out the gates like that. Make up that amount of ground and win.
What happened at the gates?
Win the way he did. He was standing good. I think he tried pinging it so well that he slipped.
Over.
He slipped, and I think his off four just didn't quite get to the ground. He misstepped, and he basically went down, pulled a shoe in doing so, and at about the 900, I looked up and I just didn't know what to do. He's come off a long break, nothing's gone to plan. Could only really look after him here and make sure he pulls up sound. And I promise you, at about the 700, he just started grabbing the bit. And in my head, it was too soon. Richard's gone. I would have liked to wait a bit more, and then he just started pulling me.
How far off, Richard, did you think you were?
At the 800, about 15 lengths.
Yeah.
It was a big margin. Richard was gone. He had the race sewn up. Like I said, this was just wanted to fetch. I had no control. He took the bit, he pulled me there, and he still ended up winning a really, really good race. So he's just a proper horse.
He's a proper horse, and when you see a horse that's game, gutsy, at the end of the day, you've got to have the heart and the willpower to win, and he's shown it today. He doesn't just have the ability, but he's got the heart to say, they're not going to beat me here. We loved what we saw. We give credit to you because you never panicked like a top jock should do. And we're going to keep an eye on him, because I think we're going to not see him just in this province.
Yeah, fully agree with you. Look, he was champion 2 old, and I think the breaks did him the world of good. Great training feet by Dean and Mr. Smith. This horse, you can just see he's fully grown out. He looked like he had come on leaps, and he's just got a most amazing action. We battled with his shins a bit as a 2-year-old, and that's just really put a spark back in him. And yeah, we've always rated him, and today he's just proved that, and he's going to go on to bigger and better.
Well done.
Thank you. Well done to Clive. I'm sure he's watching. Well done to Dean and the team once again, to the family. Can't thank them enough, and to my sponsors, Maritz Finton and Wilgeborstrift. Thank you.
Top man, Craig Jockey. Top horse, Kingdundee, and another top young up-and-coming man in the making here. I got to give him a hug live on TV because Nadine said, Neil, we've got to just praise this guy because a lot's been happening in your life at the moment, and you and your team and your dad's watching and everybody out there, you've kept them, everybody's together, working well. You've got a couple of nice horses. And what we like about you is the confidence that you share. Dean, very well done to you. 6 months off the course, taking on a horse like Clifftop. Yeah, you can be proud. Well done.
Thank you, Uncle Neil. Yeah, we gave him 2 gallops, and he actually does too much. So we said to Yuze's been galloping him. Yuze said 1,000 spot on. He says, don't run him in a 12 first time, he'll do it too hard. And thank you to Yuze. We waited for this race, perfect handicap race for him. And the 6-month break, after his hard 2-year-old season, he went to 14, he pulled too hard, he ran himself into the ground. We gulled him, we gave him a break, and we chucked him out in the walker for at least 2 months. He just trotted every day. Gave him a month on the treadmill, incline, and he changed. He grew into a horse that he is now. He doubled in size. His hindquarters are so much stronger, and he's a stronger horse. And saying today, I think that helped him at the end. He just kept going right through.
Did you give yourself a chance to dance after the first 200 meters?
After the first 200, I looked away. I said, there's no chance we could give start in 1,000 like that, especially with the tailwind. But he must be above average horse to do that. Very happy. Thank you to Uncle Clive. He forced us to give him a break. He says, Dino, give him a break. He studies his breedings every day, phones me every day. He says, how's done? He has to send him photos, and he mixes and matches his mares to the sires. And I'll take my hat off to Uncle Clive. Very well done. Yeah, I couldn't be happier.
Well done to you and your sponsors.
Thank you, Uncle Neil. A big thank you to Hollywood.
Here we go. Dean Smith, Hollywood sponsorship. Clive Murphy, you biscuit. You've got yourself a proper racehorse here. And what we saw today just left us saying, wow.